Hi, I'm Ted from Everything Attachments, and we're today with our large frame Deluxe Extreme Duty disc that will be used on tractors from about 40 to 80 or 90 horsepower. This does have the category 1 and 2 hitch on it, and you can use it with a quick attach with either. We've used a step pin here. This is one pin that has two different sizes on it. So you've got a category 1 and a category 2, and then either quick attach will use the same spot for the top link up here. Then you also have a category 1 hole and a category 2 hole. So no matter if you're using it direct with your pins and linkages, category 1 or 2, or you have a quick attach, category 1 or 2, you're going to be able to hook to this disc. This is a heavy disc. This disc, depending on how you get the combination, is going to weigh in the 1,200 pound to 1,500 pound range. Right now we have 24 discs on it, 20 inches high, and this has the 1.125" axles instead of the 1 inch. When you go to 1.125", all of your center spacers and all of your hardware that goes through there gets about twice as big and heavy. So that's part of the cost and part of the weight. We are using forged axles that have a large end on them with a casted end cap. So it just adds for the quality and for the weight, and everything about it is just better. We've added, instead of the 3 holes in the main tube here, which would normally adjust on 7, 14, and 21 degrees, and they're really difficult. You're going to need a hammer and a punch to adjust it. And you've only got those 3 settings. On this disc, you've got an infinite setting from 0 degrees to 21 degrees, and you can change it on the fly with no problem. Now, if your tractor was hooked up to this and it's backed up here, instead of how easy this looks like to get to, we've designed this disc so when it's on your tractor, you can still reach in between here and get to this, which I've not seen that on any other disc harrow. Now we've strengthened this. This is a piece of flat steel that we've cut in the correct shape and then formed it. So is this also. We've used as much formed steel as we can instead of buying structural steel like these tubes. It's cheaper and we can do more with it because of the CNC cutting laser machine that we have. So that's where we're able to put the hole for the screw jack here right through the tube, which goes back to the trunnion, which is all laser cut. And with most discs, when you talk about moving that pin to get your 7, 14, or 21 degrees, in most cases you also need wrenches to loosen up the sides which hold these main tubes here so you can get it to even move. The way we've laser cut this and put these pieces together, it gives you just enough clearance on all 4 sides of the tube so it slides easy. There's going to be no loosening or anything that has to be done. Just simply screw the amount of angle that you want into it. Okay, and I wish you were able to see all the nice features as good as I can here, and we'll add some good photos for you to look at also besides the video here. We've formed these pieces that hold the sealed grease bearings on here, so we're able to make it stronger, use dual U-bolts, and instead of splitting the frame with 2 flat pieces, we've put a piece here 1/2 inch thick where it can come through this hole and be really tight. When you make the 2 pieces across the top, you have to leave the hole a lot wider because of the angle here. And when you do it like this, it's a little more expensive. You're actually putting the moving parts below the main frame. But when you put it through a 1/2 inch piece of steel, you can keep all the tolerances really close, because what you don't want is for it to pigeon toe and bend those pieces, because once it gets bent back, it's called pigeon toed, the disc is basically useless. Now, I've been to a lot of farms and traded for disc harrows since I was a teenager for my father, and I've been stung by bees a lot, because any tube on any type of equipment will normally have a wasp nest in it, and I always seem to get stung. So for 2 reasons, we cap this end and the back end for strength and for the wasps and bees and spiders and everything like that not being able to get in them. When you make this tube here, which is, we've made it plenty thick, plenty strong, but when you cap it and weld it, it's simply, instead of a square that can skew to the side, that end cap, especially when you do both ends, makes that tube just a whole lot stronger. So this disc can come with 20 discs or up to 20. This is 24, and we're thinking about doing a 26 where you would have an extra disc on the back. That would be, instead of a row of 6, you would have a row of 7 on the back. Now, just for the video and trying to keep it on the table, we've got these back gangs. The front gangs are always set where they're close together in the front, and then the back gangs are always set further out. Now, we've got the U-bolts in here. We've got about 6 or 8 inches left. And when the U-bolts are out here at the end in their widest position, you've got an 8'10" cut on this particular disc. Could be more or less depending on how many gangs you want to put on it and the size. You can use 20-inch or 22-inch disc on this frame. So on the back, there's not a whole lot to show you from this angle, except there is a simple screw jack on here. You're going to love that in the field when you're not beating that pin in and out when you want to change the angle. Now, we tested this with a 45 horsepower tractor, which was not large enough for this particular disc. And so you can definite, with that size of tractor, as you change the angle, you can go from where the tractor can pull it to no problem to it hardly can't pull it. So depending on how many discs you've got and the weight of if you've got an older tractor that's 35 horsepower, you probably can still pull this disc fine. But with the new compacts getting lighter and lighter, it would help to know what you've got to help you size it right, because the weight of the tractor is everything, even more important than the horsepower. And the angle of the disc is going to determine how much pull that this piece of equipment takes to get it through the field properly. But we want to be known at Everything Attachments for what our trademark is, and that's quality by design. Simply the way these trunnions are made, and you not having to loosen this up, you not having to knock out pins, the longer drop down hitch, making everything easier to hook to. Category 1, Category 2. When you're buying it direct from the guy that makes it, that's me, the manufacturer, and it's going directly to you with no dealers, no reps, nothing in between us. You're getting what I can make for you, being a better piece of equipment at the same or a lesser price in some cases, and we're just able to do a lot of things, and we enjoy making a better piece of equipment for you because of the way we're marketing it. So please give us a call or an email and let us help you size these discs for your tractor. And it also can come in a smooth round disc instead of the notch disc if you're in like a sandy area. Just give us a call or an email. We'll be happy to help.